Good morning, everyone. I thought these were scheduled for 9 a.m. and I got out of bed at 9 a.m. and was like, this is the worst idea ever. And then they were scheduled for 10 o'clock. So I'm good now. Truly, the worst decision I could have ever made. I was like, 9 a.m. After I stayed up till like 1 watching Bridgerton? Yeah, that's smart. Okay. How is everyone? Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Happy to have you here. I'm trying to figure out how the heck I do this shit. I haven't had my caffeine yet this morning. My tea is still, it just got brewed. Had an hour to do it. Just got brewed. It's fine. Ooh, I need to add that back in. I'll do that in a minute, though. I am going to go pop on the internet and let people know we are places. While I am doing that, feel free to let me know what y'all are up to this morning. I would love to see what's happening, what's going on. What am I doing, guys? I've lost my train of thought already. Hold on. How long have we been on here? A minute and 34 seconds. A minute and 34 seconds. And I'm already like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I am. I think today for me is going to be primarily productivity sprints because, like, I have a hair appointment at 2 and I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like books. What are books? So there's that. And I am still in the chat for Dungeons and Dragons the other night. Where am I looking for? What do you guys think of the new thumbnail style? What are your thoughts? Let me know. I'm very curious if you saw the new thumbnail style. I'm playing around with some things. There's that. Yeah, I finished. So if you haven't seen, I finished my project where I was reading all of the Bridgerton books. I've read all of them. If you want to know my thoughts on that, there's a video. You are on my channel. I'm sure you can find it. Just click the little icon. But let's see. Oh, that's a cute thumbnail, Amanda. I don't think. Yeah. Where was I going with that, guys? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, guys. Books. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what I want to read because I don't have anything that I'm being strongly pulled towards. And I don't want to force myself because Amazing Readathon is next month. And I feel more pressure than I normally would, or I felt last year, to like not suck at it. Last year I did pretty good. I will be honest. I think I did pretty good for last year. And then I just didn't. Okay, there we go. That's in all of the places, letting people know that we are sprinting. I kind of lost the thread towards the end. I think by the time we got to the last leg, I was like, me finishing a book will do nothing. And so I didn't finish my book. But so currently I'm just like, what do I want to, maybe I'll read The Titan's Curse. I've been wanting to read more person. Like, what do I want to read, guys? Do I want to read A Darker Shade of Magic? Is that what I want to do? I want to organize my physical TBR is what I want to do right now. That's what I want to do right now. I want to get all those books that I have pulled down for various TBRs. I want to get them I want to get them back up there and put away because they need to be. Let's see. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Lexi. I also stayed up late. I didn't go to bed until like 3 something. I think I was asleep earlier than that, but I don't know. I know I spent a lot of time lying awake. And that started at 1 a.m. Headed to my mom, soon listening to Finders Keepers by King. Several packages arrived this week, the most important being the touch-up paint for my car. Very nice. I haven't pulled it out yet. I got my new Eras t-shirt with the new design on it for the Eras 2, since she's added Tortured Poets. Which I love that set. I just wish she'd kept Long Live. It's the only song that I'm sad she got rid of. Was driving on the interstate a few weeks ago and this giant stone hit my head and chipped the paint. Oh my God. I need to, where are you getting your touch-up paint? Because I have a spot on the front of my hood where it's chipped just a little bit from, it was bird poop and my mom took it through a regular car wash instead of softening it, blah, 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 blah. So there's like a little chip in my hood and I'm like, I need to stop this before it gets worse. And it's an 11-year-old car. So at some point it's going to start going downhill, but like, come on, man. I like the thumb. Thank you. Thank you very much. Boop the like at my niece's birthday. So I can't hang, but hope you are having a great day reading and doing stuff. I think I can manage that last part, the doing stuff part, Renee. So, Carly, hey, just the Ineffable book on 30%, and then started my Chainsaw. I love that book so much. Maybe that's what I should read. That's what I should. I have the final book. Where's my phone? You're brilliant. Thank you for reminding me that this is a thing I meant to do. No, wait. But I should save it. I should save it for Amazing Readathon because I'm going to need so many audiobooks. What else do I have on my like? I'm torn. I'm so torn now. There's got to be something else that I'm excited to read. I bought it from Amazon, so I'll start with a smaller ship before I put in the big one to make sure it actually matches. Very nice. It costs like $20. I will have to see. Good morning, Snazzy Moose. I can only join for about an hour. That's fine. I'm in the middle of 4 books and want to make some progress in something. Do you need help deciding which 4 of the 4 books to make progress? And I'm very good at deciding what other people should read. I'm not so good at myself. Little froggy. Yeah, no, now I'm torn. I don't know because I am But here's the thing. I know if I start that book, because I'm going to be on this Team Spooky. I know exactly. I think that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to have something to look forward to in June because I know if I start that book, why did I not I'll update the color later. If I start it, I will through it because it is so good. I love it. I love that series so much. It's so good. Like, Stephen Graham Jones is allowed to write as many women as he wants because he just did such a good job with Jade. Anyways, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go make my bed and I'm going to get all of the books that are just sitting on my shelf right now because I pulled them. Like, it is too embarrassing to show you guys this disaster that is my bookshelves right now. But like, I think half of my physical TBR is actually downstairs instead of up on top where it's supposed to be. Okay, so here's the thing. I do not suggest starting with The Only Good Indians. Keep in mind, I gave all of them 5 stars, but it is a slightly different vibe, I think, and a lot harder to follow. I liked Night of the Mannequins, but that one was serious different. Yeah. So do you like horror and slasher films at all, Carly? Are you into any of those? Because if you are, I think you'll like this book. But basically, if you're going to start with a Stephen Graham Jones book, my suggestion is to start with My Heart is a Chainsaw. Because, number one, I think it's his best writing that I've read so far. I've read 3 books. But I think there is a lot in The Only Good Indians that is simply on a trigger level. We're not even talking about the cultural context that we're dealing with. that he's like, I mean, the ending made me cry, but like we're not even talking about, we're just talking strictly on a trigger level. I think that it is going to be a lot harder for people to read The Only Good Indians than it will be My Heart is a Chainsaw, because My Heart is a Chainsaw is much more focused on humans, and there is so much animal death in The Only Good Indians, and like death of a pet in The Only Good Indians, which you know. I don't have Watchmen, but I still have high hopes for this one. Lexi loved it, and we tend to have pretty similar book tastes. Yeah. Like, I am glad I read My Heart is a Chainsaw first. But like, there was a moment in The Only Good Indians where I was like, is he going to be like, this is the only series of his that I like? And then I figured out what he was doing. But I also understand that some of that is going to be hard to swallow for some people. Especially with the one dude that like just murdered 2 women. I was doubting him there for a minute there. I was. But yeah, I don't know. You just get so like, My Heart is a Chainsaw, you get to follow one character through it, and you get so attached to Jade. And there are definitely trigger warnings in that one. I don't remember the triggers for that. I remember the ones for Don't Fear the Reaper a little bit more. There is some like, it's not really body horror, it's more like animal horror. But there's definitely like some stuff in My Heart is a Chainsaw, like talk of CSA, just in general, talk about like how women are treated and assaulted. But it's also very like, it's a good time, and then there's like a really gory, bloody bit at the end, and you're like, what the heck? And then you're like, it's over. I don't know. Yeah, Only Good Indians is one that like I think is going to be harder for people to understand. So I understand, like, that is one that if you end up liking his writing style, that's when I suggest going to the Only Good Indians. I start with My Heart is a Chainsaw, honestly, that from what I've read. I haven't read Night of the Mannequins or any of his other stuff yet, but like, that's what I say, because I think it's his best writing. I think it's the easiest for people who are coming from the outside context to understand. And I also think that it's a bit more straightforward. So, but no, my favorite part about My Heart is a Chainsaw is it made me want to actually watch horror movies. Because of the way that they're described by our main character. I'm just like, oh man, you're putting these in all of the context that make me go, okay, but I want to check that out. So anyways, give me a moment. I should probably pull a timer up. Do you guys think that would be a good idea? I'm fine, everyone. It's fine. I stayed up way too late. And I've got Taylor Swift stuck in my head, apparently, like just in a loop. We're leaping from the gallows right now. Like, it's just that lyric. Help. Okay. I think for this first one, we'll do a 45, maybe? I do appreciate that YouTube has me as my up next. Hold on. Have they given me the... Oh, I screwed that up. They have not given me a notification to let me know that I'm live yet. Let's see how long that takes. Okay, 45 for the first sprint. Good morning, Christina. Drinking coffee and working on the spreadsheet right now and hugging the like button. I appreciate... Oh, I need to do that too. I need to put next week's live shows. Here's the thing. I hate scheduling the live shows ahead of time. Or oh, gosh. What am I going to do next week? I'm out of town Saturday. Anyways, I hate like scheduling them too far ahead, because then YouTube counts it twice. Like, YouTube thinks I did 4 live shows last week. I did 2. But I need to, maybe I'll do Monday. I need to get some filming done Monday. No, I need to get some editing done Monday. Anyways, I've been thinking about, come back here. I've been thinking about getting starting to get over my aversion to horror movies, so maybe this will be the push to get me. Yeah, I think I'm going to like Cal and I have talked about watching some of them together, because he's seen them and I haven't. And his partner Emma really, really likes them. So Nadim, hello, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead. Let's pull this up. Oh, I need to start working on timers too. You know what? That's probably what we're going to do this morning. I don't know if Brianna's watching, but Brianna, I'm starting to work on timers. As soon as I put these books away, I'll start working on those timers. I promise. She's been texting me like, have you started working on them yet? Have you started working on them yet? And I'm just like, not a priority yet. So she's probably asleep because it is still, well, no, she's probably dealing with dogs because it's going to be 8 a.m. where she is. All right, let us, goals for me. We're going to make the bed. We're going to get the books put up. That is what I want to get done in this 45-minute sprint. I will probably have time for more stuff. We'll see. Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. Good afternoon, Fairy Librarian. Where are you hailing from that it is afternoon? Europe, right? That has to be Europe. I don't know why I asked. That has to be somewhere in Europe. I know time zones. No, I don't. Anyways, let us go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sorry, guys. Totally did not hear that, and I'm not sure why. Hold on. Ah, that's why. I muted YouTube. Give me a moment. Thank you, Brianna, for letting me know that I done messed up, Aaron. Anyways, hello. Hi, welcome back. Sorry about that. We have a Brianna. My bad. The good news is my physical TBR is back in shape. There are fewer books on the pile on the floor now, which is nice.
That's a win.
Yeah. I moved like 5 books up top.
Nice.
So, yeah, apparently I muted myself or muted YouTube when I was on someone's stream. So
I've done that when I'm like the only person on, so then like my whole computer is muted and I don't realize it.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, how did everyone else do? Let us know in the comments. What are you up to this morning? Can you talk about it?
Ooh. Packing bookmarks.
I am so mad that I am not reading physical books right now because I want to use my bookmarks so badly.
That's why you just listen to the audiobook, but then you move it in the bookmark, in the physical book.
See, that would work. If I was listening to an audiobook. However, all of the books that are on my TBR right now are ebooks.
That is fair.
So, but I think I got all of the books that are going on my TBRs for next month down.
Nice.
I was putting everything away, and I was like, I'm just going to be pulling these down in like 3 days. I should just take them down now.
What are you working on?
Nothing at the moment, but I will be doing 5 TBRs. So,
good plan.
Pull books down. I figure that'll be nice. I'll have short videos instead of one really, really, really long one.
That's fair, because my queer author's book or video took entirely too long to edit.
Oh my god. Same with my Bridgerton blog, and then it took so long to upload.
Oh, I'm sure.
It took I'm like,
sure.
What's going on here? Because I knew it was probably going to take about 2 hours. I was like, no, we're going to take 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, man. Let's. Bye. I think my parents are going to go work out. It's very funny because they come on home and they're like, oh, we're so sore. They get to use the Y for free because they have silver sneakers.
Oh, nice.
So that's one of the benefits of being old.
There.
I can only say that when my mother is not listening because apparently I'm not allowed to call her old even though she kind of is. I'm like, ma'am, you are over 65 at this point. You're on Medicare. I think that qualifies.
I think so.
So, like, not everyone on Medicare is old, but most people. Okay. Oh, Belgium is where Fairy Librarian is from. Very nice. Hello, Cool Gamer. How are you? Snazzy Moose says, I went from 22% to 31% in Cersei. Gotta go. You are welcome for the sprints. You're probably gone, but thank you and bye. We have a Jess in the comments. Hi. And then Fairy Librarian says, read 2 chapters of Dreaming Eagle, historical fiction. Now it's only 100 pages till the end. And Carly got 15% in, going good so far. Did you say what you were reading, my friend? Yes, you did. You said you're reading My Heart is a Chainsaw. I remember this because we had a whole conversation about it. I got so excited. I was like, ooh, I can read the third book in the series. And I was like, no, I should save that for next month because I know it'll be a quick read.
He's not queer, is he?
He is not, but he is a horror author.
Yes.
So it was really funny because I've specifically been saving that for, actually, I do not know. I will say that I do not know, but I've specifically been saving that for Amazing because I'm like, I know I will start that book and I will not want to put it down. So if I have to finish a book in 3 days, Team Spooky's at least gonna get one book from me.
There's a couple of legs that are less than 3 days.
Well, I will pray that is not. Honestly, I'll just pray that that's not any of the days that are legs that I'm on fantasy. I think I could do Angel Lake in less than 3 days.
Well, it's just because it's
math.
Because there's one less day than there was in August.
Yeah.
And then also you have there's
face off.
There's 3 days for face off. Or 2 days, I guess.
I mean, but it's over 3 different days.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, because it starts at noon on Friday and ends at noon on Sunday.
Oh my God, Carly is on fire. I've been picking up books this month that I put off for forever.
What's that like?
I was doing actually pretty well with that when I made my TBR this last month, and then I didn't read any of them.
I've read 4 books this month, and 3 of them were rereads. No, 5 books and 4 of them were rereads.
I've read 3. And was it Aoife? It was either Aoife or Jess that I was talking with. I was like, it was definitely Aoife because we talked about it yesterday. I was like, I'm just not, if I read this month, but I'm not going to push myself because I know what's happening next month.
Right.
So I'm like, I feel like I'm letting our team down in Escape, but also better I let them down than absolutely beef it as a producer.
Fair.
So
there's enough people on that team that are doing the absolute most.
Yeah.
So I think we're fine.
I need to go. I need to log my 2 books that I finished and see if they can count for anything. But
I am gonna tell you that it was a poll pick. I'm gonna pick those books, and then there you go. Since that's the one they're working
on. Kitty mentioned in her TBR that she puts off books she thinks she's going to love, and it made me realize that I do that, so I'm trying to change that. I do that occasionally. It's either I have to get to it now, or it's going to take me 3 years to get to it.
Right.
So, anyways, Silent Book Club Riverview. Hello, everyone. Joining in and trying to read a little with y'all instead of falling asleep, but I'm so sleepy. I started work at 4 a.m. all week. Ugh. God bless you. There's a very short number of jobs where that happens for people, and I have a feeling I know which ones, and you are the reason this society functions, if that is the case. I have a coffee, but I'm not sure it's helping. I did many 5 a.m. shifts.
Yep.
So, this is the exact reason why I picked the lower end of my average when signing up for Escape.
So did I, but I'm still not even reading that.
Yeah, that was probably smart, Jess. I went for my mid-average because, I was on fire, ready to go when I was at the end of April. And now I'm like, what are books?
Well, I did really well through the 15th of April. And then I think I read 1 book after that.
That did kind of make me go, So I read a couple after that, I think. I know I don't know what I read actually. What did I read?
What are more envelopes? I'm out of envelopes.
Oh no.
Well, I will be by the time I finish today's orders.
Oh yeah, I finished 3, but that's because they were for a specific vlog project. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it was. 5 of them, nope. Can you work with me here? I think 5 of them so far this month were 5-star predictions. 3 ended up being 5-star, 2 1-star, and 1 DNF.
Honestly, the 1-star is sad.
No, 2-star.
Or 1 2-star, yeah.
Yeah, and then a DNF.
And the DNF are sad because you thought they were 5 stars.
Yeah. I mean, not everything can be a 5-star book, and better to know now. I want to do one of, like, I want to sit down and do one of those where, like, I sit down and, like, I've never done a 5-star predictions video, and I feel like I want to.
Really?
No, I haven't.
Huh.
I also want to do, like, a lowest rated books on my TBR as well. That would be fun, but I have to make sure that my TBR is up to date for that. Yeah. I signed up for the lower end of my average because I've got end of semester stuff going on, but turns out I've actually been reading more to progress the extra work I have.
It's a whole mood.
That is, I didn't read as much when I was in college, but when we got to finals, there was a lot of just like marathoning comfort TV shows. Like my last 2 weeks of like month of college, I'm pretty sure. No, it was the last month of a semester. I'm not sure if it was my last semester, but the last month of a semester, I watched all 10 seasons of Smallville.
That's impressive.
No. I watched all 9 seasons of Smallville because season 10 hadn't come out yet.
Fair.
And before that, I binged all 5 seasons of Alias. So
there you go.
Let's see. I've only read 8 books each in January and February, but then like 20 plus in March and April. I'm at 6 for May. You know, May's allowed to be chill. Yeah, this would have been a good opportunity to do a 5-star predictions video, but apparently I don't do videos anymore.
It happens.
I've definitely gone on my on a few unscheduled breaks from YouTube, so I get that.
Yeah.
Like there were no wrap-ups for all of, what was it, 2023? Was it last year that I did 0 wrap-ups? Or
wrap-ups are so hard because like
are.
It's like do people even care? But then like they do pretty well, and then they're just so much.
They don't do as well as a TBR video, but they still a lot of the time do better than my usual videos. You know what I mean? And definitely better than my vlogs.
Well, and then for me, it's also just like it's like a good bookend for the month. Like it just helps my brain like figure things out.
Yeah. Is it rainy with the sun out, or is it just windy?
That's Florida for you.
Bye. Thank you for hanging out. Okay. What do we say to another 45? Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Good. Wrap-ups, and you record for over 2 hours and then find out the video has no...
Yeah, no, that would be an automatic. Oh, we're not doing this.
I still haven't refilmed it yet. Oh man, I think I had one that I scrapped or refilmed because I had lipstick across all. Like it wasn't even just like I've had a few where I've noticed that I have lipstick like on one tooth or something, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
But I had one where it was so bad. I was like, it's not happening.
It's fair.
So, one time that happened to me twice for the same thing. I've heard of it happening a couple of times with a bunch of people. Had to film it 3 times.
Oh, that would be so stressful.
I'm so sorry. Oh man, that's so frustrating. Alrighty. I've thankfully only ever like refilmed stuff because I wanted to.
Right.
With like one exception. There have been a few things where I'm like, I don't like how this turned out. Let's do it again. Yeah. But like I could have published that video. So, all right. Let us do a 45-minute sprint, and my YouTube thing is on now, so I will be able to hear when it goes off. So that's embarrassing. All right. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Let us know how you did in the chat, please. I would love to know what you guys got done. But what were we up to on your end? Did we
I packaged like 9 or 10 orders.
Okay, that's not bad.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left.
8 left. I mean, you could definitely get that done in this sprint.
That's a lie because there's 4 more that I haven't sorted yet. So,
I mean, you could get all of the ones you're sorted done by the time we're done here.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So it'll be fine.
I have a system set up because Etsy is actually really cool and you can like set up like steps.
Yeah.
So I make all the labels and then I put them all into label created, and then I have another one that's order package. So because I make all the labels on my on Canva, and then I just use because I have one of those like Pango sticker printers. And so I just made 4x6 PDFs with 3 addresses on each one, and then I just cut it. I was like, I'm not
I was looking at one of the ones you sent me, and I was like, I recognize that font when I was looking at my name.
It's 100% my channel font from Canva.
Yeah. It's playlist, right?
What? The font?
Font.
No.
No.
It is, I feel like it's like Tuesday morning or something like that.
Okay. Because I know there are a couple that look kind of like that brush font.
Lemon Tuesday.
Lemon Tuesday. Okay. I know which one you're talking about there.
It's one of my like thumbnail fonts.
Yeah. My thumbnail fonts are changing, apparently. What you do about that?
I have a couple different like ones that I cycle through.
Yeah. It's just funny to me because like what always ends up happening is I'll be looking for a particular font for something. For one specific thumbnail, I'll be like, okay, this is it. And then I'll like that font so much, I'll be like, well, what if I just use this from now on?
Yeah. That's fair.
So I try to switch fonts up a little bit on a thumbnail, but sometimes that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hello, Rope Crewman. Can't stay because I'm working, but just here to boop the like and say hi. Hey, good morning, Coda. Good morning, Carissa. What are y'all up to this morning? What are we reading? I would love to know. I'm not reading anything. I sat down and wrote fan fiction.
A mood.
I was just like, oh, idea. This doesn't happen often anymore. We're going to go with it.
There you go.
So we'll see how much reading gets done at my hair appointment today, or if I will be writing fan fiction the entire time I am there.
I mean, you can't really write while they're doing stuff with your hair.
You underestimate what I can do on my phone.
Sure.
I have sat at work and written entire chapters of novels on my phone.
That's fair.
Because I'm like, I've got this idea, and if I don't, like, I'm not going to be able to focus on anything else until it is done and written. So, hey, Monday O'Reilly. Yes, I like your icon, by the way. Carissa says that I will be reading Funny Story. Very nice. You'll have to let us know how it goes.
I have FOMO about that book because I know that I will hate it because it's Emily Henry, but then also everyone is loving it. And I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not going to like it.
I mean, you could do it for the content and be like, will this be the one I finally like?
I saved it because I got the Libro FM ALC for it. And so I'm like, if in the event I decide to switch it up and do romance for Goodreads, I will have it.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
We've decided, Cal and I have decided that you will like Truly Madly Deeply.
Okay.
Because her parents are theater nerds. They met in a theater and she occasionally just speaks in Sondheim.
How did you know Sondheim is my kryptonite?
We were both like, oh, like last night we were, I don't know if you were on the sprints or not, but like last night we were like, Yeah, we both really like Colin. Margaret would like Truly, though.
So here's the thing. I love me some Stephen Sondheim. He knows how to write a lyric. He also musically has written the same musical every time since he produced Into the Woods.
100%.
Like it is the exact same music every time, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that, sir. You can have
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's real because Stephen Sondheim also worked on West Side Story, but you wouldn't know it.
That tracks.
So, like, yeah, he is Into the Woods is one of my favorite musicals.
Uh-huh.
And I will forever be mad that the movie, which was very good, cut the second half, like cut act 2 so badly because like there's a whole growth arc that happens with the baker's father, and I'm like, why couldn't, like, that is such a good storyline though.
Right?
I'm so mad about it. Mundy says, thank you, Aragorn is the best. Yes, if I really wanted to sit down and think about it, I could probably tell you exactly which scene that comes from, but I don't feel like thinking about it. And I also haven't seen the movies in like 15 years.
Did you see they're going back into theaters?
I feel like I knew this. Yes, I think I know that. I knew this.
And also, there's apparently going to be a spin-off that Peter Jackson is involved in.
Yes. I mean, here's the thing. They did such a good job, in my opinion, with those first 3 movies, and then such a poor job with The Hobbit.
Well, yeah.
That I am mostly concerned.
Right.
I am mostly
fair.
concerned.
It's fair.
Like,
well, because like the original article that I saw on Twitter or whatever was like they are remaking the Lord of the Rings. I was like, maybe we don't do that. And then upon further research, it's not a remake. They're basically doing the like in between stories. Oh man! But I was like, you don't remake Lord of the Rings. That would be like trying to remake the original trilogy of Star Wars.
That is one that, well, here's the thing. I could see both of them being remade at some point.
Not in our generation.
But not until, yeah, like we're not far, especially like Lord of the Rings probably sooner than Star Wars, but we're still too close, in my opinion, to the source material for that to go over well.
Well, that and like it's just like we haven't evolved enough technologically that it would benefit. You know what I mean? Like we are pretty much at the same level, maybe a little bit farther on, but like not to the point where it's drastic enough. At least for Lord of the Rings. Original trilogy, maybe. But like for Lord of the Rings, the CGI would not be that much different than it was originally. So why would you remake it?
Because part of it is because for Lord of the Rings, they created a lot of that CGI making those movies.
Right.
So like there's no reason for them to, because the CGI level that we have now is fine. Like there's no reason for them to need to update the CGI. Right. There are, as someone who read the books, I think there are interesting things you can do if you were wanting to take a slightly different tack than Peter Jackson did in what ends up in the adaptations. But like they just those movies, you can feel the love that they had for those books watching those movies. And that's why it's one of the best book to movie adaptations out there.
Correct.
Like I think a spinoff would be interesting because there is so much stuff behind the scenes with Tolkien that you could do. Like they're doing with Rings of Power right now. I think from what I've heard, I think it's a very interesting way to have adapted what is quite possibly Tolkien's driest book.
Yeah.
I have made it halfway through that book twice. Fair. And not been able to finish it.
It's very much like a textbook.
Yeah.
Kind of like the George R. R. Martin one.
You cannot remake perfection. It's one of those things that it's like Lord of the Rings, those 3 books are what defined what modern fantasy or modern epic fantasy specifically is.
Correct.
Like it defined that genre. Silmarillion is still very much not just academic, but it is still in the past, whereas Lord of the Rings very much was pushing for the future.
Was Tolkien an absolute dick about fantasy and gatekeeping as an author? Absolutely. But
the funniest thing is that he's like, I hate allegories, and then he made the Ents.
Well, so like the story about like how him and C.S. Lewis were friends, and how like C.S. Lewis was like, I'm putting this creature and this creature and this creature in my story, and Tolkien is like, those don't belong together.
Yeah, and I kind of love that. I kind of love that for them. But yeah, no, they just like because it was on the cutting edge of what we were doing film wise. I think that's part of why we just haven't felt the need to remake them, because they were done so well.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are things in the books that did not get explored that could be interesting to explore in a remake. Star Wars doesn't have that same thing, because Star Wars is the source material, you know? Like, if you were exploring the world, you were exploring what was like. Rogue One was a really good example of something you could do to explore the original trilogy, but you don't have to remake it.
Correct.
So, also, I really don't trust anyone to get the anti-war message or anti-imperial message that is in Star Wars anymore.
Also that. I'm out of envelopes.
Rogue One was really good.
I'm out of envelopes, and I still have 9 more orders.
That's a problem.
I ordered some, so they'll be here this afternoon. But
you got it.
Thank goodness for Amazon same-day shipping.
That never works out for me. I don't know why.
What didn't work is that you have to have $25 worth to get like free same-day shipping, and it was $24.99. And I was like, "Are you kidding?
Are you kidding me?"
So I'm like, do we need batteries? Do we need like
I remember those days.
This is stupid.
I broke down at some point and got Prime, so there is that.
I love Prime, and I know that it's terrible. It's a terrible company, but like, as somebody who just like the thought of going to the store to get stuff like that is just not okay. Because Walmart is just the worst, especially because they're remodeling it. So like, I don't know where anything is anymore. And the parking there is a nightmare. And then Target is like on the other side of town, not near anything else.
Yep. That's I'm lucky enough that like there is a place where the Walmart and the Target are in the same place. I have not been inside a Walmart since the pandemic, though.
The only reason I go in is because my nail salon is in the Walmart. But I don't actually go into the Walmart.
Yeah. No, I just like, it was one of those things that you cannot escape Amazon if you are online. Like to not be giving money to Amazon, you would have to completely remove yourself from the internet, just about, because so much of the internet is hosted on their web hosting services.
Correct.
So I just like, and especially during like when we were in lockdown or when I was having to stay home all the time.
Well, yeah.
Like, they were the only place I could get my lotion. Like Target doesn't have my lotion.
Right.
So
my thought is that if I just continue to do this same day shipping, it's actually probably costing them money because they have to send out another truck. Last week I ordered something and it was like 4 same day shipping, but like it all kind of worked out together. But for some reason, one of them was like in the 5 to 10 slot and the other one was in the 10 to 3 slot. And so like there were 2 trucks that showed up at my
God. For me, like, it's one of those things that unless I have to ship a book out of the country or it's not available anywhere else, where like it's ridiculously like there's a significant price difference. Books are the only thing that I'm like, I don't buy that on Amazon.
Correct.
Like
the only ones I will be indie or self-pub books, because a lot of things are not on.
Yeah, you're not able to do that. And like Kindle stuff, that kind of thing. But right. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Yes. And I would love to see them have more regulations, but that is not.
At least with books, Amazon's actually losing money.
They are, because that's the books are the loss leader. So they want you to, and I'm just like, I don't have to participate in that. For me, it's more that like I understand that they are losing money, but I would rather buy from someone where the author is going to get a bigger chunk of whatever their, whatever their royalties are.
Yeah. And also like trying to support indie where you can. Obviously, like that's more expensive and that's just not always feasible. But like even Barnes and Noble is like, you're at least helping them more than I would prefer Barnes and Noble than Amazon.
That is part of why I still shop at Barnes and Noble. Number one, because like my the indie bookstore scene is not great here anymore.
Right.
Although we do have a new one that I've checked out a couple of times, or checked out once, and I think I might go back. But Barnes and Noble is the only one currently keeping Amazon from becoming the company that dictates how books are published.
Correct.
So I support Barnes and Noble because they are the ones standing in the way of publishing getting so much worse. I love to go to Barnes and Noble to buy books because I love to get coffee while I'm there. Yeah. So, okay, let us do what I have to actually leave like close to 1 today. So let's do one more sprint and then that will be it for us. So we will go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Welcome back, everybody. How did we do? I'm going to be pretty quick with this one because I have to run errands before I go to get my hair done. So I've got to go in like a few minutes. But I changed and found my wallet.
Important things.
Yeah. The worst part is it was in the first place I looked, just in a different place in the first place than normal.
That's why mine is always in the same spot.
Yeah. Well, it's in, so basically I keep it on my library shelf back here. Only I tucked it up on top of the books for some reason.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see it.
That's
it was
fair.
only when I went to look at something else, I was like, oh, there it is.
That's fair.
So, anyways, how did you do?
I vacuumed my bedroom.
Good for you. That's always a chore.
Yes.
Mine does not get vacuumed nearly as often as it should, considering that I am a human dust factory. But you know, you do what you can.
Yeah, I need to do it twice a week, but it's more like once a week. if I'm being, even that's on a good week. Like I don't think we did it last weekend.
Once a week is still better than what I do. So,
well, I have 5 dogs that bring in dirt.
you wouldn't be able to live. So, how did everybody else do? It looks like, because this is my town, had one bookstore, no used bookstores. Yeah, we had a really big one, and it got, like, we had one of the biggest used bookstores in Florida, and it got shut down because of COVID.
We have some good ones, but like the used bookstores and the indie bookstores are mostly like good to like browse. They're not like, if you're going in looking for a specific book, like you got to go to Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, that's the same thing with our used bookstores here. Indie is a little bit better. I was able to go and I found, I don't remember which book it was, but I found the book. It was Angel of Indian Lake. They had that there. So, but you can also go online and look up what their stock is. So I knew that they had it.
There you go.
Which is nice. Do you have anything you want to plug on your channel? Brianna is linked down below, so you can check her channel out.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's like this little readathon happening next month.
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
You can check it out on my channel. It's really complicated to just like tell you about. But also yesterday I did post a video with 50 plus queer authors to add to your TBR.
Yes, I need to watch that and add them to my TBR.
So many.
I mean, like, I know at least one of them is one of my favorite authors because I saw you had V.E. Schwab on there.
Obviously.
She's so funny because I was on Twitter in her phase where she was like, yeah, I chose to love a woman. And then several years later, she's like, no, I've been gay this whole time.
Yep.
She's like, yeah, guys. So about that.
We had to process it. It's fine.
So it was, I remember the thread and it being like one of the nicest, like I found it to be a nice, sweet thread because she was talking about, she's like, well, I explored this idea. What if? Mm-hmm. You know, what if? And I chose that. And I was like, ma'am, okay.
Sometimes we have to process.
Like, yeah. I'm like, you're probably, if that's your case, probably somewhere more on the pansexual spectrum, ma'am, if it's just like, oh, I liked this person. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so I know I can already highly recommend one of the authors on there. Probably no, because there's Talia Hibbert's on there too, right?
Talia's on there.
Yeah, I know there are probably more than one, but like I know at least 2 that I can recommend.
There's a lot.
If you haven't, Christine says, starting to get things done. Well, I'm glad that we were able to get you to that point. And I'm sorry that I have to go. I just posted a video that I had a fun time filming. I don't know if people will have a fun time watching, but I had a fun time filming it. Reading the first 4 Bridgerton books. Not all of the books were fun for me. One of the books I had a little bit of a quibble with the male love interest. I'll let
it happens.
I'll let you guys figure out which one that is.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to go watch that, I worked really hard on it, and it took forever to upload, so it went up a little bit later than I would have liked, and it also has my favorite B-roll I've ever done. So if you go to watch it just for the B-roll, I'd appreciate it. And I do not know who is sprinting after this, because I think Neva has changed the day that she is sprinting on currently, because she doesn't have any scheduled for today. Jess, I believe, will be over at the Hex Library, will be sprinting later this evening. So if you guys, I'm sure you guys can find more reading sprints if you need to. I just don't have any for you.
There's like 5 happening probably right now.
Yeah, there's probably like 75 happening today alone.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later when we'll talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye.